to do when an athlete checks in is ask them for ID. So maybe it's possible to still spotlight. Video. Okay, so you're going to ask them for ID. I'm going to hold it up to my, wow, that's really hard to do. Hold it up to my phone. You're going to confirm my identification. At this point, it's important to make sure that the athlete's wearing their singlet, because an athlete cannot weigh in without their singlet, even if they're wearing compression shorts and sports bra or a tank top and shorts. They have to be wearing their singlet no matter what. So I'm going to.
Oh, and can you be my weigh-in official for this?
Okay.
Demonstration.
Okay.
So you are going to follow the checklist as shown on the weigh-in checklist. I'm going to calibrate my scale. Okay, so this is my bathroom scale. I am going to show you the scale set to 0.
Your
0.0.
scale is at 0. Okay.
I have a 25 kilo plate in my bathroom. Who doesn't? I'm going to place it on the scale. In this case, in the case of the weekend, it would be a 20 or a 25 kilo plate. It's 11.3 kilos. I think 25 pounds is, or 11.36. So that is correct. Calibrated. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the athlete. Oh boy. Okay, scale is set to 0 again. Then the athlete is going to stay on scale, staying in frame. And then I'm going to show the weight of the athlete displayed.
53.5.
Perfect. So then you are going to enter that as the weigh-in official into OWL CMS, which I will show you in a second. So this is where you'll find the weigh-in and start numbers section. Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
So run list.
Weigh in and start numbers. I click on that.
Yep, so you'll click on weigh-in and start numbers.
Okay.
I don't actually have myself in this system right now, so you won't be able to actually punch my numbers in. Okay, so once you're in the weigh-in screen, you should be able to select the appropriate group that is populated already with athletes. In this case, I've already filled in body weight, snatch, and clean and jerk for the test sessions later. But for example, if this were me, body weight would be empty and you would fill in 53.5. It would automatically detect the category. If, for example, in my case, it would be 55, but if I had weighed 55.3, that's still acceptable at 55 because we're allowing 0.3 kilos for the singlet, right? So
in that case, I would have to put the athlete back into, so that he can come back later on and reweigh himself.
Only if they're over 0.3. So because we're asking athletes to weigh in a singlet, we're giving up to 300 grams allowance. So if, for example, I were weighing in the 55 kilo class and I weighed in my singlet 55.3, you are going to still allow that at 55 and it will flag you. So for example, if this athlete here weighed in, he's in the 67 kilo class. If he weighed in 67.3 in his singlet, it's going to flag and it's going to say category does not match body weight. Yeah. So I'm then going to just type in 67.0 and it's going to match because we gave that allowance. What we don't have to do is if the athlete is underweight. So for example, for me, I was 53.5 in the 55 kilo class. Even though I'm weighing my singlet, for simplicity's sake, we would just type 53.5.
Yeah, boy, yeah.
I have sent in the chat box my openers, 70, what number now? 75, 96. So then one of the weigh-in officials is going to confirm all of that information back to me, my body weight, my snatch opener, my clean and jerk opener. So if you're a weigh-in official and after I type in my snatch and clean and jerk openers in the chat box, you'll confirm with the athlete, okay, body weight entered was 53.5, snatch opening attempt is 75, clean and jerk opening attempt is 96, and you would type those into the chat, the system here, snatch, clean and jerk, and then everything else should still be filled out, and then you'll click update.
Update, okay.
At this point, you're going to make sure that the athlete at this point has black bumper plates that they need to weigh before the competition. Then you follow the scale calibration process above. Scale set to 0, plate goes on scale, plate has to be within 0.3 kilos to be considered acceptable. And then you have to witness them tape the plate in the appropriate colors, staying in view of the officials. And so all of that has to be done before the competition. We haven't had anyone actually do that yet, so I don't know how common that's going to be. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but this entire process is actually a little bit faster than a normal competition because you don't have the time of athletes undressing and redressing that wastes a lot of time. And they should already be ready to go in their singlet. So as long as the athlete is prepared and the officials are prepared, it should be pretty quick. And then it's just a good idea to remind the athletes to sign back into the competition platform 30 minutes before. So once all of that is done, so once you have all of this, you're going to generate start numbers up here. Once every athlete's weighed in, that will populate their start numbers according to their opening attempts. Then you're going to click this download weight sheet. It will download an Excel sheet to your laptop or computer. And then you're going to take that. Ideally, it's preferable if you could save it in the PDF format. But you are going to take that to session start lists. Which should be accessible by everyone. All of the technical officials have edit permission. So in that case, you're going to find the section that you just weighed in, and you're going to upload the section start lists to that group. And then the weigh-in process is complete. And at that point, you can, if all athletes have weighed in and you're not waiting on anyone to rejoin to make weight. If you're not waiting, then you can end the meeting. And it'll be started again for the next officials. So in this case, you would just upload that file that you just downloaded. And then athletes and coaches have access to this so that they can plan their warm-ups.